goodness.
Oh my goodness, we're here.
We're here, and we.
Who are you again?
What?
Who are you?
Who am I? I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh my God. Yes, we're back. We're back, and we're gonna try to actually do 2 weeks in a row this time. Shocking, I know.
What?
I know.
That wasn't in my contract.
What contract? But
we're professionals.
We're such professionals. We're so professionals that neither one of us planned anything for today. Because
we had 3 weeks off.
We had 3 weeks off, and we forgot that we actually had to do that. No, it will not be 8 hours.
Oh God, no.
No.
I think the days of the 5-6 hour streams are done.
They're done, at least until we get some video essays that we really
that we can talk about.
We can talk about, and I'm kind of excited. Remember when Marvel used to come out with a thing a year at least?
Yeah.
And they don't anymore.
Because they keep getting delayed and they suck.
Yeah, so stuff like that we used to have fun, watching and whatever. Because it's so bad it's good, and then we cover it, and then we cover some videos talking about it. It's that era unfortunately seemed to have died.
Yeah.
I'm sad about it, honestly. It was a great era.
It was. I remember when Marvel made good movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
It really wasn't. Yeah, Star Wars is. Yeah.
What's Star Wars?
I know. Actually, before we get into Star Wars, because I did want to talk about that a little bit today for fun. So I haven't watched The Acolyte. I've been watching it through other people. Mm-hmm. Because, quite frankly, I can't be asked to watch The Acolyte. I just can't. And, I've been watching EFAP minis of it,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like they're cutting a whole lot out. Because these are short episodes, right?
Are they? I honestly have no idea how long the episodes are.
Acolyte episode length.
I'm so disconnected from anything with modern Star Wars that I don't even know what shows airing where or what shows they're even doing. I just don't care about Star Wars anymore.
I know. It's all right. I don't really either. But I do. There is something to be said about watching a car wreck.
True.
And the car wrecks are getting less and less entertaining. Where you're just like.
Mm-hmm. Well, because now we're starting to see the consequences of the car wreck, and that's never a fun thing to do. Where you're like, oh God.
I don't want to see the consequences. I just like watching the actual thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's. How do I put this? So apparently the Acolyte episodes are under 30 minutes. So.
Okay.
So you're talking about probably about around 4 hours of entertainment for 8 episodes.
Oh God, Mark.
So
Discovery is better?
I'm going to go ahead and tell you from what I have seen. Now, again, I'm watching it through the EFAP lens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think they cut out a whole lot.
Okay.
Either, right?
I mean, I've seen the meme of the campfire in space.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm thinking about just the basics of plot and character.
Okay.
Discovery at least had like a plot happening.
It was a retarded plot, but yes.
There was a plot. I could, I could kind of generally speaking, the narrative little tree of the, the narrative little tree, the exposition, rising actions, climax, falling actions, conclusion, your general little narrative, little mountain, right?
Like, you could a story went from A to B to C to D, but
yeah, no, it wasn't a good story.
Right.
And you didn't really like anybody. And for the most part.
Oh, you mean you don't like that person that started an international war because she thought she was right?
Yeah, thanks a lot for that.
No, I won't let that go, by the way.
No, treason. Treason should always be punished by death. I don't care what era of peace and utopianism we're in. You committed treason, like actual treason. Death. Right? And I'm talking about like in a normal sense, not that, oh my gosh, you hurt my feelings, treason, know? Like
because I was about to say there's been some accusatory things of treason lately, and I think it's all bullshit.
No, like actual treason.
Right. You want to overthrow the government type of treason, right?
Like you literally started a war.
Yeah.
Over just your ego. Like that's pretty bad, right? Like an interplanetary war that spanned years, decades, right? Like, yeah, that's bad. But at least there was a plot. I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea what the fuck is happening in Acolyte. Okay. And I refuse to believe that it's like, yeah, I'm not actually watching the episode, right? I'm watching it through other people, right? But there's no way they're editing. Like, I trust the EFAP crew with their editing, right? There's no way their editing is so shit that I can't follow it. Because in every other EFAP mini I have ever watched, including Batwoman, okay, I have and Crisis on Infinite Earths. Okay, that whole debacle. Every single one, I have been able to follow what's happening, even if it's completely like, even if it makes absolutely no sense as far as, okay, I don't know how you jumped to that, but sure, we'll just continue. I'm following along, right? Like I'm on this journey. I have no idea what's happening in the Acolyte. I'm struggling to try to tell you what it's about. I think it just to break it down in like the most basic sense, it's about this this chick that was raised by lesbian witches that had a secret, had a twin sister that they thought was dead that's now evil. And the main chick wants to be a Jedi and was kind of trained at being a Jedi, but apparently was so shit at being a Jedi she flunked out. Not like left because they had like the Ahsoka was back when Ahsoka was okay, right, as a character, and she kind of like left the Jedi Council because there's like a difference of opinion, and she kind of technically got kicked out. No, like this chick is so shit at being a Jedi she flunked out. That's impressive. Okay, that's impressively bad because I don't even think that's possible for you to flunk out from being a Jedi. And at least that's what I'm gathering. You're kind of left to they handhold you on things you absolutely do not need to be handheld on, and then they don't tell you anything on everything that you need to be told on. Okay. So the people this chick was raised with, these lesbian witches, right? And I'm not kidding. That's like the entire identity of the tribe is they're lesbian witches because I don't know anything else besides that. There's no belief system really, except I think they use they think the force is like a thread, which okay, weird. I don't. I don't know why. Like, I don't know their culture very well, except they're all women, and I'm not even kidding. Literally, women and lesbians. So I don't know how you could continue this tribe. Really. Like, what if someone's born and they're not a lesbian? I don't know. I have no idea.
Do they exist in
And I have no
Star
idea.
Wars?
I don't know. I know there are technically like witch that people in like the EU, but I think they're like the Jedi believe the Force is this. It's kind of like they kind of take the religion aspect of it, right? And like these witch people are kind of like they do it different, but it's like the same thing. But they call themselves something different and they kind of do it a little different, right? You know? Kind of like how Palpatine was really the only one that did the Force lightning, you know? It's
Right.
kind of like a lot of other people didn't. They could have, but they didn't. But
Dooku did it too.
he did it, but it's like it's still under that kind of tribe. Like the Sith are like their own tribe. You know what I mean? Like the Sith are kind of their own little tribe on that. The Jedi didn't do that, even though they could have if they wanted to. Like really, honestly, they could have.
No, they didn't put enough points into Force Lightning, thus not unlocking that tree.
Well, I'm just saying, ball lightning is fucking amazing as a skill, and I just think that you need to go ahead, put get your little get chain lightning, all right, but then eventually upgrade to ball lightning, where you can just shoot a ball of lightning and it just does all your work for you. So you just start throwing balls at people with lightning that comes out. So I'm just saying, just
they make ointments for that.
Do they now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know for me, who has no balls. So, but so lesbian witch tribe went away from tried to get away from the Jedi. I have no idea why. The witch tribe and the Jedi hate each other. Why? Good question. They don't tell you. I'm not even kidding. They actually do not tell you that. That's like vital information, right? The witches end up getting all killed, in a fire started by the evil sister for some reason. Even though they're like, oh, well, maybe that didn't actually happen. I have no idea if that actually happened or not. And then the good sister goes with the Jedi to train. Bad sister dies, ? Doesn't actually die because she's grown up in this season.
Right.
And good sister's an engineer. They tried to come up with another word for it, but she's an engineer, and I refuse to use the stupid word they came up for it.
A STEM engineer.
As a NAMIC or something like that. That's what it's some stupid word like that where you're just like, no one's saying that. And yeah, that's pretty much all we got so far for the most part.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. I don't know what else. They keep stopping and starting. It's like, okay, so you know how when you're doing like a main quest storyline in a video game and you go off to a side quest, but like the main quest storyline is like on pause,
right?
And you go to your side quest, and then like basically when you go back to the main line, it's like you didn't do the side quests and you restart it.
Yeah.
The main quest. That is basically what's happening in this, except so the main quest is trying to find the evil sister. And they keep stop starting. There was an entire they've just finished episode 4. Episode 3 was an entire flashback episode that told you all the information I told you at the beginning. So that had like the most information for the most.
They had an entire episode as a flashback.
Yes. And then 8 episode season. And this last episode is best described as a filler. Why? Because I just watched it. I'm not even kidding. When I was getting ready, I was like listening and watching it. I can't tell you what really happened, except they started the main quest line again at the end. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a Wookiee. There's a Wookiee Jedi. You know, that sounds pretty cool. He gets killed off screen. You literally only see him eat grass in like the second episode. He eats some grass because I guess he's vegetarian. And then off screen, they kill him. He doesn't even ignite a lightsaber. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't fight. They just off screen kill him.
Oh. Okay.
Fun fact, they had apparently been baiting people with that. With him as like, oh, look, it's something cool. So, oh, I guess I did need to mention the evil sister has been going around killing the Jedi that rolled up on her tribe before she set everything on fire. She's been like systematically killing them one by one in like a very bizarre, like ritualistic way, but they don't tell you why it's like ritualistic. It's like, oh, you got to do this one with a knife and this one with poison and this one with no hands. And I'm just like, okay.
What was it?
Why?
Was it I think it was Nerderotic who made the joke of you had you have you have a black child without a father figure, and it leads to black on black crime or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's yeah, I don't know. That's all the information I really have that I could think of off the top of my head. It's incredibly forgettable.
Okay.
I think the most notable thing about this series so far is that it has done the thing. It's actually done the thing. It's gotten the normies annoyed and pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a small theory about that. This is actually, if you think about it, this is actually the first time they've done a series in Star Wars that is bad, that does not have a flashy character from like a previous Star Wars thing to cover up for how bad it is. So like Ahsoka, you had Ahsoka.
Right.
The Mandalorian, you had all the Mandalorian bullshit, right? Boba Fett, you had Boba Fett, even though that kind of started, that was not, you had Boba Fett for half a season.
Right.
You had Obi-Wan Kenobi, had all that. Nobody talks about Andor. I have heard good things about Andor. I don't know if I really want to watch it. I keep thinking about watching it, but then I think I go and watch other things. So,
yeah.
But I think those are all the Star Wars series I can think of off the top of my head. All of those have characters. Again, we're putting Andor aside because apparently it was good, but it still harkened back to Rogue One.
And didn't wasn't Andy Serkis a producer on the show?
I have no idea, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know that much about Andor except it has something to do with Rogue One. That's it. That's all I know.
Right.
And apparently it's good. That's all I got. But every other show that has been bad has had a character that people like, or a thing, right? Like The Mandalorian, right? That people like, that has covered up, managed to blind people from how bad it is. Right?
Yeah, the Mandalorian also benefited from being the first Star Wars show kind of thing. So like there was a curiosity factor to it.
Yeah. But it's still just like it's covered up. But slowly but surely people have kind of started going, well, this is not good. But the Acolyte is special because they finally did it. They wanted to do the High Republic, which nobody really knows anything about. Wasn't that based on that stupid comic book with The Rock that nobody thought?
Oh, the High Republic nonsense.
Yeah, that's what this is supposed to be based on. This time period is supposed to be the High Republic.
Oh.
Yeah, I probably should have started with that to give you kind of to set the mood.
Okay. That
Now,
explains for the highly original ideas of a sentient rock. All right.
well, we don't have Geode yet. All right, I'm very sad. I really wanted to see what the casting for that was like. Um, but yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, Mark's yelling at you.
What? It's a prequel sort. Are you talking about Andor? I don't know enough about Andor to be able to talk about it. Shows the ability of Mon Mothma.
I thought that's what Andor was about.
Okay, all right. Well, see, I didn't know that. I just thought it was I thought it was like it has something to do with Rogue One, and it was supposed to be good. I haven't gotten around to watching.
Well, Andor was from Rogue One, the character.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. It's from Rogue. It has something to do with Rogue One on that, and I didn't know it's just based off the character. I'm gonna be real with you. The only character I really remember from Rogue One's name was Darth Vader. Okay, I think that goes with a lot of people. I think that's most people's kind of takeaway was, oh yeah, Darth Vader, Vadering all over the place. Excellent, Um, I'm gonna be real. Most of the people in Rogue One, I didn't really care about. So
You mean you didn't particularly care for the blind force sensitive dude who was just there to be the mystical Asian stereotype?
yeah, he was one of the better characters.
He actually was, yeah.
He actually was like I actually like vibed with him a lot.
He was somewhat interesting.
I liked the robot. Robot was good. I like me a sassy droid. Okay. Do like me a sassy droid.
I mean, that was Alan Tudyk, so that yeah.
Yeah,
he was all right.
You know what I mean?
He was all right.
Yeah. Did not care about the main character girl. She just gave me I just found My Chemical Romance and I hate my mom now. So that's kind of the vibe she gave me was I'm like such like I'm so rebellious. Oh my goodness. Very vibes. So
and again, my biggest issue with that whole movie is Kyle Katarn was the one who got the plans for the Death Star, not this chick. There were some really good stories with Kyle Katarn, and he just apparently does not exist anymore.
Rip.
Yep.
Hey, Maggie.
Hello.
But yeah, so that's Acolyte in a nutshell. The normies have finally figured out. Wait a second. And normies.
This actually sucks.
This sucks. Now I'm more normie Star Wars than I am, than I am like super high fan of Star Wars, right? Like I like Star Wars. Star Wars is fun, but I would definitely say I err more on the normie side, especially compared to like Loki, for instance. The Acolyte doesn't have a shiny thing for you to latch onto. It just doesn't. There's nobody to really latch onto because it's so far in the future. Now I will say there is a character that pops up that you would recognize from the prequels, but they did the thing that J.K. Rowling did in the stupid Fantastic Beasts movie, and the second one. Was it Crimes of Grindelwald? I think is what it was. They did an unforgivable thing, which is, hey, this person isn't alive yet. Why are they here?
Yeah.
Because J.K. Rowling did that in Crimes of Grindelwald. with McGonagall. McGonagall is my favorite character in Harry Potter. Okay, I absolutely love that character. Very, very surprising to see that she was at Hogwarts teaching when she was not even alive. That was a little concerning. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
That is a skill.
Um,
Yeah.
You know, just like, and I can't remember what his name is, that one character in Acolyte that they're just like so proud of. But he's not supposed to be born yet, and he looks middle-aged.
He hides it well.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe McGonagall found the secret of immortality. She would. She would. Yeah. That was like some people, people were kind of upset about that. I'm gonna be real. That just was hilarious to me. Just, I was more upset over the McGonagall thing because I was like, the author and creator of the book series fucked that up. Okay?
Right.
I am far more upset that you don't know your own lore, right? Like, you're gonna have audacity to go from book to screenwriter and you don't know your own lore well enough to know when a character is alive. Like, really? You didn't go, well, maybe I should double check. Like, I've written a lot of lore. Maybe I should double check. You didn't do that. You just went with it. Like, really?
I mean,
you created that.
Yeah, that's why you go for you have like a story Bible, that kind of keeps track of all these things.
I'm sure there is a Harry Potter story Bible, and I'd be shocked if there wasn't multiple.
Yeah, the multiple thing is a problem.
Well, no, I mean like multiple versions of like the same, for the most part, the same book. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure there are people out there who have done websites, who have like entire blogs, who have like whole ass like books that they've written that are like unofficial but are technically the official, right? That you can find on Amazon. And it's just like, you're the creator. So I am going to hold your feet to the fire a lot more, right? Now, this person creating the Star Wars show did not create Star Wars. I'm not as mad at them as I would be the creator. However, I'm kind of like embarrassed on behalf of them, right? Like, I'll be mad at J.K. Rowling, but I'm being embarrassed for this person. It's like, so you were giving a Star Wars show, and you decided to write a character in. So you know that character's a thing, right? Like, okay, good for you. Cool. But did you not double check to make sure they would be alive in the era that you picked your setting to be in? Like, when do you think this is? Because, like, when does the Acolyte take place? There we go.
I mean, a simple Google search would tell you.
So, like, the Acolyte takes place in 132 BBY. All right? The Phantom Menace takes place around 32 BBY. So it's about 100 years in the past.
Right.
So let's sit down and if the Phantom Menace has a character, and there has been no indication, because like every species has like at least a page on Wikipedia, okay?
Oh God, yes.
At least a page, if not more. All right, every species.
There is a page. I'm not joking about this. There is a page on Wikipedia for the Emperor Palpatine Hospital that Anakin was taken to.
Yeah, I believe it. It's crazy the amount of lore that is in this thing. So you're telling me that you couldn't look up his species? You couldn't look up to see, hey,
what's their lifespan?
What's their lifespan? Has there ever been any mention that it's lengthened? Because like it doesn't. Like, why would you assume a lifespan is lengthened, right? until stated otherwise, you kind of just assume everyone's on like the same wavelength as far as lifespans go, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know what that is necessarily,
Right.
in this galaxy.
Right. Unlike something like Star Trek, where you can have Spock meeting the Next Generation people because he's a Vulcan. They live
yeah.
they live around like 250 years, so it makes sense Spock's still around.
Yeah, so it's perfectly fine, right?
Yes,
And
that's different.
Certain things, it's like it makes more sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, but if you want to have McCoy on the first episode, he has to look old as shit, okay? Whereas Spock can look like he's aged, pretty gracefully, which I mean, Leonard Nimoy did age very gracefully.
He did. Leonard Nimoy didn't start to show his age, not pretty much until toward the end is when it started to catch up to him. He looked great up until like the last few years.
Yeah. So it's just, it is very interesting to me that you wouldn't, why would you not just assume that? And why wouldn't you just kind of go, okay, well, it's probably about ours, but maybe lengthened, right? So let's just say like the average is like 115, just for shits and giggles, right? Right. But still, like, this person looks middle-aged, and they're 100 years in the past. So am I to assume that entire species does that? Because I hope to God there's not other lore out there that it contradicts it, which apparently it does. And what's even more contradictory is that character specifically has a known birth date or birth year that's already been established in previous lore. So now you have to pick and choose what lore is correct. And I'm just like, well, I think we should all know what is correct here, guys. This person fucked up.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this is what happens when you get fan fiction writers to be your people. This is why you don't hire people from Reddit for your writing staff.
No. See, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and nip that in the bud a little bit, just because I've read some phenomenal fan fiction. Okay, I read some phenomenal stories that people just like posted on Reddit, like under like r/no sleep, right? Like horror stories. I have read some phenomenally creative things. They keep hiring bad writers from Reddit and bad writers from fanfiction.net. Okay, that's who they keep hiring, is the people who can't write good stories. This would be entirely different. This would be entirely different. Like, think of the best Star Trek fanfiction you've ever read. Now, think, what if that person had some kind of writing control over the next Star Trek series? Would you be excited for it?
It's weird you mention that, because the best like non-canonical Star Trek thing I've ever read was written by Shatner. And I've seen what happens when he has control of Star Trek.
Okay. But I'm just saying, like, just whatever it is. But generally speaking, I would trust somebody who I have read something to be good rather than somebody who it's been bad, right? So, like, once you, like, I don't even understand how this person got $180 million. I just don't, to write this. I don't get it. I just don't. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let me see. So I kind of set all that up because I found this article. Let's see. I don't want to see this stupid. Okay, there we go. So, hold on. Yes, I have article. Oh my goodness. All right. Fun little thing. The Acolyte creator doesn't believe her new Star Wars series is queer with a capital Q.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. The Acolyte's being helmed by Harvey Weinstein's former assistant.
Yes.
I will hold that over her. I don't care.
Yeah. You knew what was up.
Yeah. There's no way you didn't. There's no way you didn't know.
No fucking way. No. Absolutely. Get out of here. Okay.
Absolutely. You absolutely knew what was happening.
And the fact that you didn't get in trouble for it is fucking disgusting. Cause yeah. So, all right. So the Jedi drama starring Amanda Steinberg is proud to inspire LGBTQ. Hey, where's the IA plus?
Yeah,
bigots, fans.
Be inclusive, Hollywood Reporter.
The hell that says the story is being read in unintended ways. I would love to know what I'm doing wrong here. All right. So in 2019. Oh, we're setting the stage, guys. In 2019, Leslie Headland, fresh off 2 Emmy noms. Oh, that means you're a loser. Loser. You didn't actually
Emmys also don't mean shit.
Yeah, they don't. As co-creator of the Russian doll, something we are all familiar with, obviously.
Of course.
Yes, we all know. We're all.
Did Harvey help you produce that?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. Was walking the blue carpet at the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker premiere. That should tell me a lot right there, right? But she was asked if she had any Star Wars ideas of her own.
She was walking the blue carpet? Is that like is that the minor league carpet?
I don't know. I kind of like to imagine that they thought they were being super, because blue is good color in the Star Wars. So they did a blue carpet instead of a red one because red is the evil color. So, see, they changed it blue because they're quirky.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, I feel dumber now. Thank you.
Oh, just wait. Headland responded that she had Star Wars stories in mind since childhood. That's where you go. It's like, yes. That's we call that fan fiction, but you're not going to admit it. And in an Oscar-worthy performance, urged/begged Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy to give her a shot. That is hilarious to me.
Wow.
And she did, apparently.
It took an Oscar-worthy performance to make a pitch. All right.
Not a good story, just a performance, right?
Right.
Well, the truth is that she was already hard on work of what would later be known as Star Wars: The Acolyte.
Oh, you mean so she actually had an idea before she went to make a pitch?
What a good idea. That's a good plan. Just having an idea before you, becoming the first openly queer person to create a live-action project in a set far, far away. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I think
Who the hell cares?
Well, not just that, but I think you went and you set back that entire community, okay, by being so shit at your job.
Yeah.
Good. So you're the first one, and you are shit at it. Well done. You know, generally speaking, people like the first person to do something to be the best. I'm just saying, like okay. So the first step you made was a face plant into a pile of manure. Wonderful, you did it. Okay.
What are you talking about? She did the Russian doll, which everyone knows.
Everyone has heard of and knows very well. Yes.
It got an Oscar nomination. Shut up.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, Emmy.
Oh yes, Emmy. Headland, whose first produced TV script for the Okay, that felt weird. That sentence felt weird in my mouth. Whose first produced TV script for the critically acclaimed yet short-lived 2010 series.
So no one watched it.
We called those miniseries, by the way. Terriers was directed.
Or it was canceled.
Or yes.
because no one watched it.
Wait, okay, this is bizarre sentence. Headland, whose first produced TV script for the critically acclaimed yet short-lived 2010 series Terriers was directed. Okay, so her first produced TV script was directed by future Star Wars The Last Jedi filmmaker Rian Johnson. Oh no. Oh look, ensured that the LGBTQ plus little more inclusive community was well represented on her new Disney Plus series. I'm sure that the entire LGBT community is so fucking excited that you're their representation. They're so excited. This show that is being heralded as like the worst show of probably at least this year, okay? It is so bad that it has woken up the normies.
Yeah.
God help you for waking up the normies, okay? You have woken up the normies to say how shit your show is, and the entire show is about representing the LGBT people. Good job. And during Pride Month, no less. What a great idea this was.
But there's a fat Jedi. Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah, and what the fuck is he gonna do?
He'll use the Force to breathe heavy at you.
I hope. Well, I hope he can at least like wield rocks and can is really powerful in that regard. Because he ain't running anywhere. She immediately envisioned the Hate You Give star. Okay, all this shit I've never heard of. Amanda Steinberg in the Acolyte's dual lead role of identical twins Osha and May. Whatever. She even had concept art created with Steinberg in mind before approaching her about the role. So what if she said no?
I mean, I'm not too disturbed by that. People develop scripts and stuff with someone in mind, hoping that they could get them. That's not uncommon.
I know. Can you imagine? What if she said no?
Yeah, she like reads the script and goes, "Oh God, no, I'm not doing this."
No, I have respect for myself. Steinberg, who identifies as non-binary and gay.
Wait.
Gay for what? You can't
be
both.
Wait a minute.
You literally cannot be both.
If you're non-binary, then
you're pansexual.
Yeah.
You're pansexual or bisexual. It doesn't really matter. Whichever one you feel like identify. Well, I think pansexual is anything if you include all the extra shit that you're attracted to all the extra shit. Bisexual, you're just attracted to man and woman. If I remember correctly from my Tumblr days. But if you're non-binary, then you do not identify as male or female, which means you cannot be gay. Because gay is same-sex attraction.
Yeah.
So I guess wait, are you gay? Do you only attracted to non-binary? Is that how that works?
Are you assuming her English words?
I am assuming that because I don't.
That's what she said. Yeah.
I'm just like non-binary. If you are gay and non-binary, that would lead me to assume that you're only attracted to non-binary people.
Hi, Loki.
But if you mean gay, in you're only attracted to the same sex as you,
then yeah.
Then
you can't be both.
You cannot be both. So the person that this person is with better be non-binary, or else then I am going to have to ask some follow-up questions.
And what if what if her partner is
non-binary? Yep, you're being a racist.
Is non-binary, but a cis male, but who's also gay? Then
Y'all are making this way too. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all are making this way too complicated.
Then aren't they a straight couple?
Y'all just go find somebody that you can vibe with for years and be okay. And there you go. I've just helped you figure it out. Find someone you can vibe with for years. There you go. In a healthy way. That's how you go find that's how you go find your partner. All right. Stop making this more complicated. Okay. That is it. There you go. All right. Is joined by Russian Doll's Charlie Barnett, who said he came out as gay at age 13. Good for fucking you. Do you want to
as the fat Jedi?
I don't care that you came out as gay when you were 13. I literally, guess what? That doesn't fucking matter right now.
Mm-hmm.
It literally doesn't. Who cares? Literally doesn't matter. But apparently it got you the role, so I guess good for you in that regard. Let's see. Help me with this word, Josh.
Fastidious
Jedi Knight Yord Thandar.
Also known as the Fat Jedi.
Ah, okay. And Barnett is actually one of the 2 Russian doll actors to play a Jedi on the Acolyte as Headland's wife. Wait, hold on. Whoops. Headland's wife. So, hold on a second. So, wife indicates that your partner identifies as a woman. So
that's Headland, the producer, not.
Oh,
Steinberg.
Headland, not Steinberg. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm getting a bunch of names thrown at me, and okay, Headland, I guess you're allowed to be gay.
Be better.
I guess you're allowed to be gay, Headland. Wife Rebecca Henderson. So Rebecca's either a doormat or they're both toxic. There's no way. Plays Jedi Master Vernestra Rue from Star Wars The High Republic.
I like Rue.
Okay. So let me get this straight. So Steinberg was the person that Headland sought after for her fanfic. Star Wars, her canonical fanfiction.
Right.
Charlie worked with Headland.
Yes.
Right? And which is one of the people on this project. So that's like networking, right? And then she also got her wife in it.
Yeah.
Sus.
I'm looking at this kind of objectively. This is normal Hollywood networking.
I know, but still, it's just
I worked with this person on a project 10 years ago. I'm interested in them being my lead actor. I'll hire this guy who I've also worked with in the past. I'll give my wife a job. This is normal Hollywood stuff.
Dude, it just sounds like a nightmare. Like, I couldn't imagine. Like, are you worried that the person you're marrying is just marrying you so they can get better roles? You know what I mean? Like, that sounds like so much stress. No. So Headland is elated. Well, yeah, because they're getting paid.
Yeah.
To write their fan fiction. Of course they're elated. And relieved by the early response to her mystery thriller. This is not a mystery thriller. I don't know what I want to call it, but
mystery box thriller.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, there's nothing thrilling about it. I'm confused for the most part. And as far as like a mystery goes, it's just because you're not telling us shit. It's not like an actual proper mystery, right? You know, like a good whodunit, you know, where you're trying to figure out what's going on. It's like you don't feel like you're.
Shay is correcting me. Apparently, that Bennett guy is not the Fat Jedi.
Oh, so I think is it this person? Hold on. This person? Yeah, Charlie Barnett. We're so stupid. We should have read the caption.
Oh,
so this is Charlie. This is the guy.
Wow, they both have very punchable faces.
So, yeah, I get gay vibes from him.
Yeah.
And also, who did her? Oh no, I can't say her. Who did their hair? All right, because Were you going
Be
for the mop?
better.
Were you going for a mop?
You know what? I've seen mops that have better heads of hair.
Yeah, this is kind of
This is the mop that's been in use for a while, and it's starting to get stringy and gross.
yeah, like I don't know. Get somebody who knows what they're doing in hairstylist, okay?
Yeah,
This is bad. And I'm
yeah.
sick and tired of
It's
seeing
not.
this hairstyle, by the way. I've seen it for so many things on so many projects. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of this hairstyle. You need a redo. Go back to the drawing board. This is not good. I don't like
It doesn't flatter her in the
no.
them in the slightest.
It's like for
It doesn't flatter her at all.
like at least his hair looks fine on his head. Like I'm sick and tired of this hairstyle, but at least his hair looks fine. Your hair does not look good on you. It doesn't frame your face well in any regard. Like redo it, undo.
Oh,
Also,
Ram Bam. Yes, I've also worked as a janitor. Yeah, I know that is a mop head that needs to be replaced.
yes, it is. Let's see. So Headland is elated and relieved by the early response to her mystery thriller, which now there's
you
not
mean
really.
Relieved by the early response by people that are completely within your circle before it gets just destroyed by everybody. You mean those people?
Perhaps the mystery, like there's nothing thrilling, and I wouldn't say drama. I would say like a not drama. I wouldn't say mystery. I would say drama probably would be the closer thing. Even though I still don't what. It's just very boring and bland and confusing. So I don't really know what genre serves it. I could see where you would try to describe it as a mystery thriller if I like squint my eyes and kind of try to get in the headspace of what they were going for, but like it doesn't work. You know, it's set 100 years before Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, chronicling the emergence of the dark side during the High Republic era of Jedi-controlled peace. It's been well received by critics because they're all wimps who will not say a negative word against it.
The critics who are on the payroll of Disney.
Yeah. And the 2-episode June 4th premiere is also Disney Plus's strongest debut in 2024. Good thing we're like in the halfway through the year. What other shows has Disney Plus come out with this year? Disney Plus new releases 2024.
And honey, get glasses that fit your face.
Yeah, you don't have the face to pull off those glasses.
Yeah. Just as we said that, Mark has a joke too. She's wearing the same glasses my grandma wore in 1981.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not very flattering.
No.
And again, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, no way she didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Not a chance in hell she didn't know.
Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to see Disney Plus. If there was something Disney Plus that has been put up on Disney Plus this year before this.
Oh, I have no
I'm
idea.
not liking the odds so far because I'm not really seeing anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything as far as this. I don't know.
Was
I don't
was
think,
Echo this year?
would this Echo count for this year, or was that the end of last year?
I don't remember.
Echo?
I don't have Disney
Okay.
Plus, so I don't know.
I don't either. So it's just, I don't know. Like with 11.1 million viewers over 5 days, good for you, I guess.
Oh, X-Men 97.
Yeah, X-Men 97 is pretty good. Surprisingly good, given that I had absolutely no expectation for it to be good going in. If that
Okay.
makes sense. Now, I
I
will say,
mean, it was one of those. It was one of those. I heard about the project, and it was a. I want this to be good. I just don't trust Disney.
No, I didn't trust Disney. There was a few problems I had, namely Rogue's relationships. I think would be the best way to put it for those who have watched it. Um, that's one of my number one. It looked phenomenal though. It just
From what I saw, it looked like they captured the look of the 90s cartoon while kind of making the animation a little more fluid.
no, that's basically what they did. So,
Okay.
and the characters all kind of sounded basically the same.
Well, they got most of the original cast, didn't they?
I know. It's surprising. It to me was shocking,
Okay.
actually genuinely shocking, and how it was. Again, there's a few stupid things that I didn't like, but then again, in the old shit there were some things that I didn't like either. I'll never ever forgive Spider-Man, the animated series. Okay, that the main one everyone talks about, right? That had crossovers and shit.
Yeah.
For the last season going,
just ending.
well, not just that, but the fact that they gave Storm, who is one of the most at least has to be one of the most powerful superheroes of all time, right? With her power,
I believe, yeah, I believe she is a Category 5.
yeah, she's one of the most powerful.
Yes,
she definitely is you have to take her into consideration when you do anything. Okay, she is so utterly just devastatingly powerful. And in Spider-Man, that last series, he had Storm on his team, and there's all these bad guys, and I'm sitting there just well, this is a piece of cake. He has Storm. I don't even know why you'd need to bring anybody else, for the most part, right?
And Hulk.
Yeah, he had Storm and Hulk. All right, we're good. We are solid. We have a good team right here.
It's that's all you need.
Yeah. Do you know what he did? You know what he put Storm. I will never forgive Spider-Man for this. He put Storm on recon duty.
I mean, recon's important.
Not to use her. She was not the tank, right? So you have ground level tank, which would be Hulk. Okay. Then you have your air support, which is just Storm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you need for your air support is Storm. And instead of doing that, where you just have her go up in the atmosphere and go have fun. We'll figure out where the people are, and we're just gonna send Hulk and Storm in, and they're just gonna have fun, right? Instead of doing that, she didn't use her powers except maybe twice, and he had her on recon duty. Just recon duty. That's it. This is great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, anyway,
the Spider-Man animated series had some issues.
Yes, it has some issues. Mary Jane pissed me off.
The biggest one was not concluding the Mary Jane story.
Mary Jane pissed me off several times. I was just like, no, ho, no, don't go crawling back. No, just shut up. No, you don't get to do that. It's not fair.
And then she became a water person, and then they had to find the real one. And
yeah, and then stupid, and
then it just ended.
And then don't get me started on like an X-Men. Jean Grey pissed me off so many times. I'm just like, Jean, honey, I love your Dark Phoenix and your Phoenix counterpart. I love them. They're so much fun. I love them. But you, as a person, absolutely suck ass. Okay? You chose Cyclops. Shut up. Stop. Yeah. Stop leading Wolverine on. Let him go. Let him go. Stop it.
But if it wasn't for the original X-Men series, we wouldn't have gotten the amazing Wolverine meme.
I know.
and the world should thank the original X-Men show for having that.
True, but I'm just saying, like, Jane, let him go. Stop it. Stop playing around with his feelings. I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah, Jean was a bit of a tease in the animated series.
A bit?
Yeah.
She was just like, oh, Wolverine, if you got here first, I'd be in love with you. And it's just like, Jean. He's a human being, right? And you're basically like...
Well, no, he's a mutant.
Shut up. Same thing. It's just like, Jean, if you want to be with Cyclops, be with Cyclops. If you want to be with Wolverine, be with Wolverine. Unless there is an established throuple, you can't have both. You can have one or the other.
But don't you know Cyclops and Wolverine both swing that way now?
Yeah, which... I don't know. The only funny thing to come out of that would have been seeing Jean's reaction. So now you can have neither. So, anyway, I just hate I'm with him, but I want him, and then blah blah. It's like no, pick. No, you can't have both. There's no both happening here. So you got to pick one or the other, and then you got to figure out how to not have feelings for the other person, or just pick neither and go find somebody else that you actually just have pure feelings for. Because the fact that you have feelings for these two people kind of means that neither one of them is like your actual true love. So,
and in fairness, in fairness, the animated series version of Cyclops was a bit of a tool.
Oh yeah, no, I've kind of just gone like, I don't even know why people like him.
And I mean, he was the leader, but
sure, we can pretend he was the leader. Definitely didn't, Storm definitely wasn't a better leader, like by far. Just saying. Kind of had the respect for everybody, commanded the respect for everybody. Just I don't know. Kind of
still has the greatest superhero theme song of all time.
True. That is true.
This is undeniable.
This is undeniable. All right, anyway, back to Acolyte.
Yay!
How exciting.
Hey, Snorty!
Hey! However, as someone who generally pushes back on the notion that queer artists are capable of creating only queer or queer-coded art, Headland...
You just brought up how she... Okay.
Headland, maybe you shouldn't have... If that is your opinion, then maybe you shouldn't have made a queer-coded show. Because all you've done is reinforce the thing that you don't like. So you can have one of two ways. You can either, your first show, your first like really like show that everyone knows about at this point, right? Maybe you shouldn't have had it. You could have had some characters, but you should have had like a good mix. Obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're worried about being labeled as I only make queer things, then maybe your big breakout show shouldn't have been something that was just so queer. I don't know. You're just kind of playing into that stereotype.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is my opinion on that. Hedlund remains perplexed by a recent viral moment from her show's LA Junket.
So the thing that your people put out about what the show is about?
Yeah, that's okay. A journalist. What is that?
Posited.
Posited? Okay, that's my brain was not reading it correctly. Posited to her and Steinberg that Acolyte is arguably the gayest Star Wars by a considerable margin. I would agree with that.
Where's the lie?
There's no lie. You made a show about a gay woman that came from a tribe of lesbian, which is
yeah.
And you've made it very much about the gayness of it all.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what.
Which also, I'll just mention the obvious one. It that hurts the miracle of Anakin's birth being alluded to being summoned by the Emperor, like as a powerful ritual that he did. No.
No,
just some lesbos can do it. Okay.
Yeah. Lesbonios just go, what was it? For the two, for the many, whatever that stupid little dance ritual thing was. I can't remember.
Yeah.
The writer-director and her star had fun with the line of inquiry, but now that the exchange has generated a bevy of responses, the question of what makes a piece of mass entertainment gay is one this queer artist continues to ponder in earnest.
When you make that the focus of everything,
you've made it very gay. I don't know how to. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it is very gay,
and
it is again the gayest thing Star Wars has done by a wide margin. Because there's been no other Star Wars property that has focused so much on the gayness of characters before. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just don't. It's like, really, have you watched any other Star Wars things, lady? Like, did they come off gay to you? Like, really, like, overtly gay to you? Because your show does, and I just don't understand. I was surprised by the question. Amandla and I just burst out laughing because that's our knee-jerk reaction to being asked that. But to be honest, I don't know what the term gay means in that sense. What do you mean? Wait, I don't believe that I've created queer with a capital Q content you have. You literally have.
And again, if it's your own marketing department that is sending out junkets for that, so that the Hollywood Reporter or Variety can ask questions about, the gay characters and everything, then that shows you what is important to your bosses. They only care that you made gay content. And thus, whether you wanted it or not, it's a gay show.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay, and that's giving her completely the benefit of the doubt, which I'm I'm very suspect on.
Yes.
But when you go out of your way to hire multiple gay people playing gay characters, it's gonna come up that it's a gay show. It just is.
Yeah, I don't even understand how this is like a surprise.
I've used this example before, but I'll mention it again. Benjamin Sisko from Deep Space Nine, the first black lead character in a Star Trek series, right?
Right.
But he is a well-developed character. He has all these various traits. You know, he's a Starfleet officer. He's a historian. He's a cultural figure. He's a spiritual man. He's a father. He's a widower. He's a son. He loves baseball. Being black is part of his character, but it's a characteristic, not the full thing, right?
Right.
And no, Mark, it's Kirk. And the answer will always be Kirk. Shut your mouth. But that's the difference. If you create a character where you have to go out of your way so that the audience knows this person's gay, it comes off as awkward because it's something that doesn't come up in normal, natural conversation all the time when you're talking with someone, right? You're talking about, what your interests are or you're hanging out. You need to go out of your way to mention that they're gay. And so you're doing it just to say, hey, this is a gay person. Look, we have a gay character. As opposed to it coming out naturally in the story. And sometimes, I know might be hard to believe, Disney Star Wars, sometimes when you're dealing with life and death consequences with, religious factions or, a intergalactic war, someone's sexuality may not be the highest of importance because you're focused on surviving.
What?
I know. But that's just me. And what can I say? I'm just a homophobic asshole. I'm just a bigot.
Oh my god. I have no segue for this, but I have to go to the bathroom. Get it.
So she lets me talk. And then leaves.
You started to
but yeah, so like I said, Sisko being black is it's a characteristic for him, but it's not his entire character. Are there episodes that focus on racism and focus on his color? Yes, there are. But there's also plenty of episodes that deal with his love of history, his love of baseball, his love of his son. Like I said, it's a characteristic for him. And that's how you write these characters. It's not just, I'm writing a black character so that he has to experience the black, tell the black story of America, right? Denzel Washington has played a white character 3 times. Don Perro, much ado about nothing. I've seen that version. That's pretty good. Yeah. And in Much Ado About in that version of Much Ado About Nothing, racism isn't part of the story, so they just selected a good actor, right? It's nothing huge. Whereas like with Othello, that story is specifically about race, so you have to have a black man play the role of Othello. But there's nothing stopping other stories from being adapted. So this is why Shakespeare's still produced, 500 years after his passing, is because he wrote about the human condition. So you can easily take one of Shakespeare's works and put them in a different time period, and you can just cast a Denzel Washington. It doesn't have to be a truly authentic piece.
No. That would be racist. You can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Perhaps the most queer adjacent story point is the 24-year-old.
Is the entire motivation
show
of the character.
Anesia,
I guess.
is that the 24-year-old Anesia twins were born to two moms. Mother Anesia and Mother Coriel, whom plenty of internet commentators are calling a lesbian couple. Okay. So,
you have two moms making babies. How is that not a lesbian couple?
are you telling me they were just like friends and colleagues and they decided, you know what, let's have a baby?
Let's have children. That's something just regular people don't do. Couples have children, not just random people.
Well, okay. So, generally speaking, a coupling needs to occur in order for a baby to be produced.
Usually, yeah.
I would say so, yes.
Yeah. My point still stands. Like, just random friends don't have children, right? That's not something that they do.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, no.
Yeah. Like, I've not gone to my best man from my wedding and said to him, "Do you want to have a child together?" It just doesn't happen that way.
That would be a really funny opener to a conversation.
It's I've not thought of asking him that.
You should, and then you gotta report back. The two led an exiled coven of witches on the planet of Brindok, where they practiced their own interpretation of the Force known as the Thread. Okay, so you see how stupid that is? All of that? Yeah. It's eventually implied, but not confirmed. No, you don't actually see penetration, okay?
Right.
You don't actually see it. It's just heavily, heavily, heavily implied. That Anissa uses her brand of the Force powers to impregnate Coriel with the twins. Yeah, just go ahead and embrace what I just said out loud. Because yes. But for Headland, their relationship is more circumstantial. Aren't you married, Headland? Headland, I got some questions for you. Does your wife know? Just asking, does she know? Because I'm starting to get sus vibes from you. Oh no, you don't actually need to be a couple to bang. I'm not projecting or anything.
Yeah.
They're in a matriarchal society. They're all women. It can't not be.
And hold on, because you can technically you could have a matriarchal society and not have gay women everywhere.
No, I know, but they're saying, "Oh, it's a matriarch." Yeah, because there's only women. So what?
See, that's the difference. In a society where it's only women, guess what? They all have to be lesbians.
I guess. That's odd. I have You know what, Edlin? Have you ever heard of the Amazons from Greek mythos? I'm just wondering, because they weren't all lesbians.
Who needed Zeus to come down and help him out with the population.
Which he was very glad to do.
Yes.
As a gay
because
woman,
my God, how much of Greek mythology doesn't happen if Zeus could just keep it in his toga?
I know, right? So, as a gay woman, I know it would read that their sexuality is queer. It does. Very, very much does. In fact, it's like hard to not.
You're the creator of this coven, right?
Right.
So what if you're like, I knew people would read into their sexuality, but there's no men in their society. Well, then what?
Like, it's not like the Amazons where they're just on an island and they're like protectors and warriors, right?
Right.
I mean, these witches really don't have a whole lot going on. They really don't practice magic, right? It's not like there's a school there or anything. I mean, it seems really small for like a society, right? Kind of seems more like a cult than anything. It's just it's like, as a gay woman, I knew it would read that their sexuality is queer, but there also aren't any men in their community.
And that's you could have created a matriarchal society where men are still around. You can do that.
Yeah, like I said, you know what's even more funny? You had an example already well known by like most people. Amazons are a very well known group of people that were all women. And yet, most people do not think of them as all being lesbians. So, what is the difference here? Exactly. It's like you've
yeah.
So a closeness between the two of them would be natural. It seemed plot driven. It seemed plot driven for them to.
You don't know? It seemed plot driven. This is the creator. It just seemed plot driven to me to have a lesbian relationship. Like, are you sure?
Yeah.
How don't you firmly know this?
You know, you ask too many questions.
I would say it's really reductive to call them lesbians. They're two women that had children together because they were close. Those are your own words, lady.
No. Reductive. I think it means you're really not paying attention to the story. Everything I have seen about them gave me immense gay vibes. The two that reproduced, okay, I don't even see how that wasn't like a lesbian coupling in a very bizarre way of magical bullshit. But it's just Hedlund stresses that she is by no means running from any material that might speak to queer audience members. Okay, so you want your cake and you want to eat it too.
Yeah.
All right.
And now I'm not saying that as an artist, people can have different interpretations of your work that you may not have intended. And that's fine. Right?
Right.
People can look into something that, and maybe even give you more insight to something you had not even considered. And thus it helps you grow as an artist as well that way.
Oh my goodness.
So this comment in particular, I don't have much issue with. It. I just think she's being kind of naive. Like, how could you not see that people are going to look into this?
I don't know. It's just like she stresses. So she wants her cake to eat it too. So she's like, okay, well, I don't. They're not necessarily lesbians, but if you want them to be, they can. And I'm just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you spend time getting on to me for assuming they were? If you're okay with people assuming that they are. Because they really gave me gay vibes. Like, just straight up. I'm proud of being a gay woman who's accomplished this feat, and certainly, if my content is called queer, I don't want to disown whatever queerness is in the show. I would be proud to create something that inspired queer people. First of all, there's no way that you inspired people with this. This is insulting, if anything. So, Josh, I don't get it. Why does she both want? Why did I just get kind of like lectured on? Like, they're not a lesbian couple, and you're not paying attention if you think that they are, okay? But like, it's fine if you're reading that they're a lesbian, and that's fine. I don't understand. What am I supposed to do? Jeff?
Sorry, I was reading the Snort of Poopy's joke.
Yeah.
Damn, Snorty, that's a good one. I mean, you've clearly created a gay show. I don't know what else to say.
I know, but I just got lectured that how dare I assume that they were lesbians, but it's also okay if you assume they're lesbians?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I don't get it.
Well, you're just a bigot.
I guess. Like most creators, Headland welcomes constructive criticism of her series. So I'm pressing X like really hard here.
Yeah. Yeah, X to doubt.
Oh yeah.
Because we all know how much Disney Star Wars people love in any form of criticism.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But ever since Star Wars The Force Awakens refocused the episodic film franchise on Daisy Ridley's female Jedi Rey, scrutinizing
God.
Star Wars for any hint of progressivism has become an online cottage industry for combative fans who yearn for the kind of representation that was pro forma in the 1970s and 80s. You know what? Fuck you. No. So, do you know? You know what? You know what? How about this? There's probably some people out there like that, but fuck you for putting me under that umbrella, because that's what you just fucking did. No, I want good stories. I want good movies.
Bigot.
Yeah, how fucking dare I? I want good stories and I want good movies. That's it. That's all I want. Inevitably, this contingent of the audience has eagerly put the acolyte in their crosshairs. And made a meal out of the aforementioned junket interaction. How about this? I will stop laughing at your bad fucking content when you stop giving me bad content to laugh at. How about that? I'm like beyond angry at this point. Like, there is no anger really left in me. I just laugh. I just think it's funny. I also think people like this find it much more offensive if I laugh at them. Because, like, anger, they can do something with. They can't do anything with me laughing at them. This cat. Honestly, I feel sad that people would think that if something were gay, that it would be bad. No, it just happens to be gay. It's bad. It's bad. If nobody in this show was gay, it would still be bad. Shocking. I know.
Wait a minute. You're forgetting she welcomes constructive criticism.
Okay. Well, guess what? I don't give a shit that there's gay characters in your show. It's absolute garbage. It's an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed that you created this. You should be incredibly embarrassed. I have no idea where the $180 million went. I don't know. Nobody can either. We don't know where it is. Nothing looks good. The hair doesn't look good. The makeup doesn't look good. The outfits doesn't look good. The sets don't look that great. Okay. There's no story really happening. There's no plot. The camera work is mid at best. Okay. The lighting is just fine. Like, there's nothing here that would warrant $180 million. Because then I go and if you tell me that, oh yeah, but this, yeah, well, how the fuck did Godzilla -1 look so good then? And yours doesn't even look anywhere close to that. Tell me, how? How is this happening? So it makes me feel sad that a bunch of people on the internet would.
Most people are on the internet nowadays. Shut up.
Yeah, a bunch of people on the internet would somehow dismantle what I consider the most important piece of art I've ever made.
That's just sad.
Sweetheart? Guess what, sweetheart? I hate to. You know what? Apparently, nobody's fucking told you this. You can think that, and by the way, I went to art school, so I got taught this the fucking hard way. You can pour your heart and soul into something, and you can think it's the greatest thing you've ever made, and it's fucking trash.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It fucking hurts like a bitch when somebody tells you it's trash. Because somebody will. It hurts. Yep. It sucks. It's not fun. Not a good time at all.
Now, do sometimes people do that just to be a troll? Of course, that happens.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why when I'm working on a new thing, I'll send it. I'll have my wife read it. I'll have one of my friends read it. And I can get that feedback from an outside voice. They'll give me some ideas and things like that.
Yeah.
Just to help me kind of improve it before I try to take it to the next level. Because there have been things where I've gone back to look at like things that I wrote back, like 10 years ago, and I go, oh dear God, this is terrible.
Yeah, but that's what you should think too, for the most part. You should always be growing and learning and getting better.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even now, I still struggle with dialogue.
Yeah.
Dialogue is very, very difficult to write. I have like a basic understanding of like how to, put the story and make sure things make sense. But for me, dialogue has always been very, very hard. But I go back to I remember I picked up a story that I wrote probably about 2012 or so, 2012, 2013. And even then, my dialogue was abhorrently bad. Like even though dialogue's still something I struggle with, the 10-year-old version of my writing, I'm like, are these humans? It's so bad. So,
Yep.
but I've grown since then. So yeah, while it's something I still struggle with, I'm far better writing dialogue than I was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, every piece of artwork that you do should lead to you growing.
Yes. Every single one of them.
Dismantle what I consider to be the most important piece of art I have ever made. Newsflash for you, Toots, okay? Your mom lied to you. You're not special.
Apparently everyone's been lying to you. So, yeah, this is not the time. This, like right now, when you're doing your first ever really, really big show. This is not when you actually want to get the taste of your first, like, destructive criticism.
Right.
This is not the time. You need to have built up a skin to be able to take shit like this before. Okay.
I also love how they word this. This contingent of the audience has eagerly put the acolyte in the crosshairs and made a meal out of the aforementioned junket interaction. Who put the junket out? Disney. Okay? So you're criticizing people for reading into something that your own parent company put out about the show. Shut up.
No.
I think also people are starting to, because not only did this show kind of waken up the normies, but I think we've seen the fan gaslighting so often now. We recognize the play. So when they were putting out all the things about about this being, the gayest show possible, I think a lot of people were kind of went, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that part of it at all, because that's what they want us to do.
Yeah. I don't give a shit that it's gay. You give a shit that it's gay, lady. Okay.
And all we're doing is calling you out on that, and the fact that your story sucks. The most important art that you've ever done is terrible.
And that's just sad.
Because apparently this is more important than the Emmy-nominated TV show, The Russian Doll, you worked on. This is more important. Your own words.
I feel the need. The Russian Doll. Comedy drama. Okay.
Oh. It's a comedy drama?
Yes.
So that means it's not good. That means it's not good at either.
It premiered on Netflix. Not a good, promising start.
There was a time when a Netflix project was met with excitement.
No.
It wasn't that long ago.
Just looking. Apparently, it was supposed to get a season 3, and it hasn't.
Ah.
So.
One of those, the show's on hiatus, so we figure out what the hell we want to do with it, which leaves all the actors and creative staff in limbo.
Yep. That's great.
Okay.
Love that. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Headland, this is the last part of it. Headland knows that in culturally divisive times, polarization comes with the territory.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. But having the chance to play in the Star Wars sandbox is worth it. It's been beyond my wildest dreams. Well, guess what?
I'm glad you're happy.
Apparently, you and the critics seem to be the only people that are enjoying this.
That's what it seems to be, yeah.
So. Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. Right now. Do not worry.
But I'm still worried.
You're not allowed to be worried, Josh. That's bigoted or something.
How dare I? I need to be better.
Be better.
So that did that might surprise you, but that did not increase my desire to go watch The Acolyte.
No?
No.
Really? I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it, that you didn't go, oh, you know what? I am definitely missing out. I gotta get it on this.
No. Didn't do that for me.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, I just wanted to show that article because I saw that somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we gotta talk about this a little bit.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's so hampered all my plans for the show.
Ah, yes. Our immense amount of plans that we had, definitely set up, ready for the show. It's definitely what we had, plans. We had
totally had plans.
Definitely had plans. That was definitely, yep. Definitely, we had plans.
This is true, Ram Bam. The drama going on behind the scenes is more interesting.
It's actually better than the show. Interestingly enough. Yeah. I mean, that's like the main thing that's been happening. Like House of the Dragon's back.
I still haven't seen the first episode. I need to get on that.
Well, then I can't talk about it.
Okay.
So I'll just, you know what? Have you read the books?
I started reading the main Game of Thrones books, but I've not finished them, and I have not read the prequel book that this is based off of.
Well, I liked the episode until I found out the book version, and I liked the book version of the last scene better.
Okay.
But I still like the episode.
Okay. So. I mean, season 1 was pretty damn good.
Yes.
Which I found shocking.
I will never forget. I was sitting in our bed, and Loki is just like, "You want to watch House of the Dragon?" And I was just like, "Why on earth would I watch House of the Dragon?"
Because I mean, it's the way Game of Thrones ended was so spectacularly bad. It was would I want to go to this universe again?
Yes. And I was just like, why would I give them the time? Why would I give them another chance? And he was like, well, I'm reviewing it tomorrow. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm watching this with you. And yeah, I was very harsh on the first episode. I'll be the first to admit it. I was looking for a reason to hate it. Like, I'm not even kidding.
As was I. I still don't like that it's the Game of Thrones theme song.
Yeah, but it's
I wish they made a unique theme song for this show.
I agree, but at the same time, it's like, oh, good things with this theme song. I will let you know, just so that because I was elated over this new opening sequence, brand new.
Oh,
like not at all, not the little setup thing that they did last time. Brand new, and it's really good.
All right.
So I kind of got the idea from it that you remember how Rings of Power did the stupid sand thing?
Yeah.
I kind of got the idea that they were like, so we're gonna do our version of the sand thing with no sand, and it's going to be so good. So they're gonna be like jealous of our opening because it's gonna be that cool.
I mean, the fact that Rings of Power's opening was practical effects and it looked fake is just staggering to me.
And it was not just fake, bad fake.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how did you?
But it was practical. But it looked bad.
It looked bad and fake.
It's like how?
How did you do this?
But yeah, I will. I definitely do need to watch House of the Dragon.
Yes. So, like, is House of the Dragon perfect? No, it's not perfect.
Oh no.
I'm just still surprised with how good it is. So, I still think it's good. I know that you're a little worried because your favorite character died last season.
He did, but you knew he was going to.
Yeah.
He was on death's door for so long, and like his death kicked off the whole thing.
Yeah. So, I would advise go ahead and watch it so that you can watch the next episode tomorrow. So, I think the next it's on Sundays, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Sundays at 8, if I remember correctly. 8 p.m. Central. Yeah, no, I am very excited. I'm very happy that it's back. I am hoping that this is the last season. I wish I could have more of it, obviously, but from what I've gathered, it seems like this would there only needs to be another season, from what I've gathered.
Okay.
About the source material. I don't know that much, but I was on Reddit after I watched the episode last week and that's how I found out about the book thing. Now, I will say there were some weird complaints about why people didn't like the episode ending as much. I will just say the way that it's done in the book, I think, for me, loving the utter drama that is happening right now in the show, I think it's more dramatic in the book. So that's just me, though. But I think they kind of got trapped from last season into doing it how they were going to do it now. I can't remember because I
do know they made a few changes. Yeah.
Yes. Sundays. Thank you, Lucky. Yes. Sundays at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. very excited that that's back on. We're probably going to cover Rings of Power. So,
Yay.
oh, come on. At this point,
I know.
It's just the only issue I have this year is that I'm not going to have House of the Dragon to clean my palette. You know? That's the sad part. I'm not going to have House of the Dragon clean my palette. I really wanted them to do the thing where they sandwich shit again, but yeah.
That was so brilliant.
Oh, it was so good. That was such perfect timing.
It was brilliant. I mean, you know they were waiting for when Rings of Power was going to announce it because they knew they could do the bookends.
Yes, but it's like Rings of Power season 2. I have to say I am actually more excited over the fact that they have to figure out how to do 5 seasons of this. Oh! I did. There was a couple things that I was going to mention. I did want to talk a little bit about House Dragon, Rings of Power, and Loki and I went to the theaters and saw the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
And
that was fun. God, Return of the King keeps going, man. It just won't stop.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories to wrap up.
No, I know, I understand.
I get it, but yeah, like, it does tend to like. I need to pee. I need to pee.
I started falling asleep, and I took a little sneak peek at my phone, and there was an hour and a half left. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I remember I went to the midnight premiere of Return of the King when it came out.
Oof.
And I remember being in the theater and I just kept going, and then during the Return of the King endings, I just kept going, I have to pee. Come on, let's go.
Yes.
I'm not leaving now.
Yes.
But I have to pee.
So the first time we got there, we didn't realize they were going to start immediately. And so for Fellowship, we ended up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we got there. It was already starting as we were walking up the stairs. Because the second it turned, the time that they were showing it, they started the movie. Which
I wish movies did that.
Yes.
I really. It's like I bought the ticket. It says at 6, and then the movie doesn't start till like 6:35 because of all the commercials and previews. I hate that.
Yeah, so yeah, we were a little surprised. So we get there and we sit down, and there's this so we can't really see like anybody who we're sitting next to because it's
right.
Like, Galadriel's doing the narration, and so we sit down next to, I think it was a couple, I don't know. And at one point, so the point where Galadriel's in the forest, right? And Galadriel's being introduced. I can't exactly remember it. Yes. And burping and farting in 2 towers. They were. I have never heard more disgusting belches from the gentleman that was sitting next to me. Like that, like right on the verge of vomiting, but not. Yeah, that was about the noise.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Open mouthed and everything. It was great. So the woman he was
class act.
Very classy. So the woman he was with, Galadriel's on the screen. I love Galadriel. She's great. And
but Rings of Power is so much more book accurate.
No. So I think it was her first time watching the Lord of the Rings movies because she's like, is that the character from the Rings of Power?
Wow.
And she's like, oh, is that Galadriel? Because they don't seem like they don't. She seems different.
Yeah.
And I hear that. And I'm trying my hardest not to say anything or like
Mm-hmm.
just laugh. And I kind of just like ignore them, but it just sticks in my brain because I'm just like, yeah. Can you imagine being introduced to Gladriel and Rings of Power first? Like, how confused that poor woman must have been.
Yeah.
Just like, wait, what happened here?
Or Rings of Power was your introduction to Lord of the Rings. Like, could you imagine that? Not just Galadriel, but to that whole world.
Yeah,
It's like, what?
I
Like,
imagine.
what? This story actually makes sense and is coherent. What is this?
Well, I have
With
to
likable characters.
I have to imagine that it had to be her introduction, or else,
Mm-hmm.
like, how would you? Why would you ask that question?
Right.
So that just stuck out to me. It's just like there was somebody out there who had never seen Lord of the Rings before, but watched the Rings of Power. Fascinating.
That poor person.
No, they were not dwarves. They were not. Let's see. What else is that happening? The Necrocata thing's gotten worse. I don't know enough about it at this point because I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting for like official things to come out because I don't want to trust everything I'm seeing on the internet, right? So I just know that it's not looking good.
Yeah.
So
apparently there is police body cam footage of the incident.
Oh, of course there is.
So I think that'll help clear up some answers.
Kind of waiting for that to be released, but it's probably not going to be released for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's children, so things will get redacted and stuff.
Yes.
But
Can
yeah, it does not look good.
Can you imagine if Ewu got a hold of it?
Oh God. Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else that we got there?
Well, we lost someone.
We did. I did. We lost Clubby.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It is. I was listening to our stream that we did with him talking about Enterprise after that happened. And it's like, no matter what, you and I said about something or a character, he always had a counter to it. And it was just...
Oh, I absolutely loved like messing with him about Roddenberry. That was always fun for me.
Yeah. But I mean, because he would give you answers.
You didn't know?
Oh, yeah, Rambam. Yeah, we lost Clobby. Yep.
Yeah.
Sad. But I mean, he was passionate, but he was respectful.
Yes.
And that can be a hard balance to find.
Yes. Very much so.
And he'll be missed greatly.
Yeah. Yes, Clubby died. Yes, he did. Loki, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you running the memorial thing tomorrow online? I can't remember.
Was that tomorrow? I thought that was tonight.
I thought it was tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. Waiting for the bookie.
Yeah.
Because I know they've been trying to figure that out.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Raquel's running it? Did that check? I'm on the San They 870 is going to run it. Okay, so nobody knows. It's good news. All right. Somebody will be running the memorial service tomorrow.
Okay.
At 5 Eastern. So. Okay. I know they've gone back and forth on who's going to do it. And the last I had heard, Loki said he would. I don't know. So I didn't know. I didn't want to just like put you on blast like that, Loki.
Right.
I just was trying to figure out. What? Yeah, there you go. So.
I mean, Clobby has forgotten more about Star Trek and comics than I will ever know.
Yes. You specifically. Yes, Josh. Yeah. He's a great guy.
How'd you guys meet?
How did we meet?
Mhm.
So remember Xanadu?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You remember those little Patreon things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was after one of those. He and I were just talking. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but we talked for like an hour afterwards. And it was me and him and a few other people just like talking about nerd shit.
Okay.
And then I think he invited me on the streaming platform he was doing before YouTube. I forget what it's called. Broadcast radio. Thank you.
Hey, Lucky.
You've been hailed. Hi. And let's see. We did a stream together. That was my first ever live stream. And I think that was my first ever live stream. I can't remember exactly because I can't remember when it was. I remember when my first live stream on here was, but I don't remember what my first
Right.
So I invited him on, and then we ended up having him on at some point. Loki kind of became aware of him because of that. He knew him because of Xanadu in general, right? But he became more aware of him because of our conversation. Which
Clobby was in all the chats.
Yeah,
all of them.
Chats, yeah. And then when Loki made his own stuff, when Loki had ended up making his own stuff and did the DC fandom thing, he invited him on for that.
That's the first time I got to speak to him. Yeah.
Yeah. The comic book roundtable was birthed.
Mm-hmm.
Loki and I both agreed that obviously Clobby had to be a part of it.
Yes.
So like, yeah, Clobby, make sure you get Clobby on. He was just like, oh yeah, obviously. And this is back before I was part of it, and because of my job, became no longer a part of it. But yeah, he was always there. It's like my kind of like an uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle
and as Chris points out, yeah, it wasn't just Star Trek. It was pretty much all sci-fi. He had like an encyclopedic knowledge of Doctor Who, Twilight Zone, Codlac, Blake 7, Space 1999. Yeah, his knowledge was of sci-fi things was just vast.
Yes. Aw.
I thought you were saving that announcement, Loki, but all right.
Hey, there's we have double digits in the chat. My goodness. I was like, there's like 5 people here. But we're up to 11. My goodness. Yes, I was aware of the rumor. It's all rumor, I tell you. There's no truth to it. I think it should still be up, right? Yeah. Save the link, Rambam. I doubt it will be privated. I don't think it would be privated afterwards. It might be unlisted though.
Yeah.
Just save the link and see if you can watch there in spirit the following day. I know you're one of those weird British people, so.
But yeah, you will be missed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't take it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they might unlist it, maybe.
Right.
If they were gonna do anything, they would unlist it. But I highly doubt it would be privatized. Can't make it live anyway. That's what I said. Is like just keep it in case they and in case it gets unlisted. Just keep the link, which I think Chris here.
Yeah, Chris posted it in chat.
Chris posted it in chat here. So write it down on some paper so you can type it out.
Yeah.
Or save it or something. I don't know. Remember, make sure you get some sleep. It's all right. But we're just letting you know. And Josh made a little thing. He made a little thing.
I did.
He did a little thing.
I did.
That I'm definitely not going to be crying at.
It was there might have been some tears shed while I was editing it. Yeah.
Ugh, asshole. If you make me cry, I'm going to be upset. It's called For Clyde.
Yep.
And I liked it, even though it's not showing that I did. I liked it. Damn it. And I'm subscribed, see, and notifications are turned on. I'm a good co-host. Okay.
Okay. And I'll be making the video public once this is done.
Yeah. Okay.
Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was the most human.
All right, this is slightly embarrassing. I have this uncentered.
That's how he would have wanted it.
He would have wanted it centered, damn it. Okay, we're picking it back up. You're an asshole, by the way. It is entirely that you did not need to make me cry again. What the hell, Josh? That was rude. And what is wrong with my recommended? I'm not even subscribed to like half of these people. What is happening here? What the fuck? Okay, YouTube, we gotta talk, honey. Like, we love you, Claudia. And we hope that you are ignoring Stanley in the great beyond.
Yeah. I'll miss him.
I'll miss him too.
Well, on that note,
Yeah. I'm sad. Now I'm sad.
you're welcome.
You're an asshole.
I just wanted to acknowledge it.
Yeah, no, of course. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. All right. So before I cry anymore, Josh, do you have anything happening? Oh my goodness, Daryl just decided to come in after we're all crying. Saying, howdy do buckaroos. What the fuck? Daryl? It's funny because I can actually hear him say that
Mm-hmm.
in his voice.
Yep.
Oh my god. Your timing is terrible. Yes, it is. Or is it the best timing? Who knows?
Yes.
I thought you were crying because I showed. No, we just did like a little. We just did like a little memorial thing. Well, we did. So I showed Josh's hard work at doing a memorial thing for Klobby that made us all cry, and then you just rolled up in here saying, "How do you do, Buckaroo?" And I just made us. It was funny.
Okay, the video's not public.
Oh, of course. I just got a notification. That's how I know it's public. Josh, did you know you posted a video?
Oh, did I?
You did.
I'm not in YouTube Studio right now
Oh my
doing
goodness.
that.
Oh, and hi, Lady Miss. I just want to say hi. The Rambin and everybody else that I didn't say anything to because I was focused on reading the article.
Right.
Oh, hi, husbando. Husbando. For those who do not know.
Oh, is that what that means? Okay.
Yes. Yes, I know.
I,
Shocking.
I,
No, no.
I was confused for a second.
The plot twist. Total plot twist. Nobody could understand what that meant.
Oh, okay. It's almost as confusing as the shifter books.
Oh, hold on. We have to end it. Hold on a second. I almost feel like we have to. Hold on.
You're not gonna end on the farewell to Klobby.
You know what? We should. We should do this classy. We should end it on a
We
farewell. Classy.
we can save the shifter books for next week.
Yes. All right. That's fair.
We're bringing it back because it didn't make everyone uncomfortable.
I feel uncomfortable and I feel emotions, so I must laugh at things now. We'll bring it back. Yes. It's been too long. Ugh. All right. I don't know how to say bye. I forgot how to do that. How do I leave? I am hungry.
Yes, and that is the time to leave.
I have. You know what? I'm going to make everyone else hungry. I have leftover chicken fried steak from yesterday.
Okay. Okay.
What do you mean? Just okay? That's how I know you're not a Southerner, Josh, because you didn't react appropriately to that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. How dare you? Chicken fried steak's the best. I'm going to go eat it. All right. Bye, people.
Oh my
Wait, Josh,
goodness.
hold on. Wait, hold on. Josh, are you
Thank-
doing things?
Thank
Wait,
you, Ram Bam.
What?
I hearted your comment, Ram Bam.
Nice. I'm glad that we're verbally communicating what we're doing. Josh, are you have stuff happening or no?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I have a lot going on right now.
I do too. That's why there is nothing else. There is occasionally something happening once a week on this channel. So that's about the maximum amount of time I have to give to it at the moment. So, oh, see, that is the appropriate reaction. Thank you, Daryl. Okay.
Well,
Oh, I
he's
know
a
you're-
Southerner.
I know. That's why I said I know you're not a Southerner, just based on that reaction of saying okay. Well, it's just like one of the best meals ever. Okay.
I don't think I've ever had chicken fried steak.
Hold on. What the fuck? I'm sorry. What? Say that one more time.
I don't think I've ever had chicken fried steak.
Okay.
How is steak
when are
is
you
beef
coming
though?
here? When the fuck are you coming here?
When I'm not as busy.
Okay, well hurry up, stop being busy, and get your ass over here. I'm treating you to chicken fried steak. Why did I say breaded steak? Shut the fuck up. That is blasphemy. Breaded steak. How dare you? No, chicken fried steak. How dare you, Chris? This is why you're up in Canada.
Oh, it's like schnitzel? Okay.
It is not like schnitzel. What the what? Thank you. I was what in the what we have to fucking fix this shit. We have to. All right, we will remedy this at some point in the
I'm
future.
sorry, there's no southern delicate cuisine up here.
Yeah,
in the not south.
we do not call it chicken fried steak. Well, you know what, Chris? You haven't had chicken fried steak then. Okay. I also have European blood. Okay. Dead giveaway by my blue eyes and pale skin. All right. But I'm just saying chicken fried steak. So you know what? You also need to get your ass over here so that I can also stuff you with chicken fried steak. So and Josh have to come down here and you have to eat until you explode with chicken fried steak.
And I question you saying your white skin and blue eyes. You are a kitty cat. I see it right there. You have black fur and black eyes.
Okay. Technically, they're green in this photo, but that's fine. But no, don't. No, their first introduction to chicken fried steak will not be a Dairy Queen, Daryl. There will not be a Dairy Queen.
Who the hell goes to Dairy Queen for anything other than the ice cream?
Sometimes
the fries are okay.
Sometimes
the fries are okay.
Sometimes the fries are okay. Okay. Sometimes the steak fingers are okay. Okay. But other than that, it's blizzards for the most part.
Yeah.
Or soft serve. Or sometimes just the ice cream, the dessert in general.
Yeah. Yeah. A good hot fudge sundae. Yeah.
All right. Rambam, you also need to come over here.
Ooh, ice cream cake. Yeah. There you go, Chris. Chris knows where it's at.
Chicken fried steak. Delicious. Okay.
Oh my god.
And I got two places in mind. Okay.
I actually have a quick story about ice cream cake.
Okay, go ahead and tell it. So, because now I'm actually hungry, like really hungry.
So a couple weeks ago was my twin niece's birthday, and their mom got them a cake, and she didn't realize it was an ice cream cake.
Oh, well, there's a good way to realize that very quickly, within like 15 minutes.
So it was out, not refrigerated in the freezer or anything. It was out because she thought it was just a regular cake for about an hour and a half before we served it.
Oh, so it's just called mush at that point?
So
what cake?
Fortunately, the cake had like one of those like plastic rings around it, that you cut off and take off of it before you serve it.
Yeah.
So when they start to like take it off, they realize it's like leaking,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, it's an ice cream cake." So we we had to promise the twins a regular cake as they put that one back in the freezer to re-solidify.
It's like, okay, guys, just give us like 2 hours. You get to wait 2 more hours on cake, and then we can serve it. It will be fine.
Because children and ice cream, that is something that they are so patient for.
Yeah. Just say it's called the waiting game. Or distract them with somebody run out emergency pinata, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And just make it a little bit too high.
Yeah, it was that was interesting.
I imagine so.
Man, I'm hungry now.
I'm very hungry now. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. We are going to do our best to be back next week.
We should. I don't have anything work related or milestone birthdays to attend or anything like that, so we should be good.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna do our best. Okay.
Oh, we didn't think of that.
That's why. Just like put each piece in a blender and just yeah. That's right.
All right, bye everyone.
See y'all next week. Pinky promise, maybe. Maybe.